Hello everyone, my name is Praneeth Kumar and today I'm here to explain about the topic Paris Agreement for Introduction to Sustainable Engineering. So let's get into the topic. So this is the AI representation of the Paris Agreement of 2015. First, let's talk about the key points of the Paris Agreement. First, reduce greenhouse gases. Countries agreed to lower emissions like carbon dioxide that come from vehicles, factories, and power plants. Secondly, limit global warming. Aim is to keep Earth's temperature increase below 1.5 degrees Celsius because higher temperature can cause more floods, droughts, and wildfires. Help countries adapt. Support countries that are vulnerable to climate change by building flood barriers, improving farming, etc. And also support from rich nations. Developed countries promise to give money, technology, and training to help poorer countries deal with climatic change. So let me tell you in simpler words. Imagine Earth is a room with heater. If we keep turning up the heater, the room becomes too hot. The Paris Agreement is about turning it down to stay comfortable. So let's talk about the side events. COP21 was a big climate meeting in Paris while the Paris where the Paris Agreement was made. Along with the main talks, side events were held for experts, leaders, scientists, and citizens to share solutions. These events involved workshops, discussions, and exhibitions. First main side event Lima Paris Action Agenda, also called LPA. It is a special program to involve not just governments but also businesses, local governments, and organizations. Encourage them act on climate issues. So the main focus areas are clean energy like solar or wind, water conservation, protecting forests, building sustainable or eco-friendly cities. And other action and leadership events. Cities, states, and businesses shared what steps they're taking to cut pollution. Example, switching to electric buses, planting trees, etc. And science and technology tasks. Experts, scientists presented the latest research, shared new technologies like solar panels, electric cars, and green buildings. And they have also held climate finance meetings. Banks, governments, and investors discussed to fund cl- climate action. Example, providing loans for solar farms or helping farmers in dry regions. Civil society and public discussions were also held. Ordinary people, artists, NGOs organized events to raise awareness, included storytelling, debates, and art to explain climate issues. Industry specific sessions. Separate sessions for field like transport, energy, forests, and agriculture focused on making more sustainable. Goal making these sectors cleaner and more sustainable. These side events help bring more ideas, solution, and companies that were involved for the Paris Agreement. This was a huge step for the climate. So these are the important points in the agreement as you can see in the picture. So let's talk about the important points in the agreement. There are many important points in the agreement we can take, but let's talk about few. Limit global warming. As the global warm as limiting the global warming was the main goal here. So the goal is to keep global temperature rise below 2 degrees Celsius and ideally 1.5 degrees Celsius. If the global warming or the global temperature is more than 2 degrees Celsius, many floods or icebergs like we know that in Antarctica and many regions, icebergs are melting down and increasing the sea levels that could cause floods and many disasters, natural disasters. So to prevent it, we are They are implementing many measures compared to pre-industry levels and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Countries must reduce gases like CO2 and methane to slow down global warming that mostly comes from industries, car and other sources to slow down global warming. That is why most of the members are shifting to electric. National Climate Action Plans or NDCs. Each country creates a plan to lower emissions called National Determined Contribution NDCs, showing how they will reduce emissions and update it every 5 years. And they have to come up, every nation have to come up with an action plan and they have to implement it and they have to write reports on how was it before and how was it after. This would speed up the process and understand many areas and where we are lacking for improvement. Helping poorer countries. Rich countries must provide financial aid, technology, and training. Example, helping a country build solar power or deal with rising sea levels or helping them in agriculture or for the farmers and etc. Protecting forests and natural resources. This is the obvious reason for climatic change because countries must work to stop deforestation and protect nature as forests absorb carbon dioxide from the air. As we all know that trees are the trees emit or gives oxygen and it takes carbon dioxide and that is the main process for the life. And if that process is getting reduced, obviously the climatic change would happen and more health issues and many wildlife animals would get to extinct. And using clean energy or promoting clean energy. This agreement promotes renewable energy like solar, solar and wind power to replace coal and oil. Using clean energy. This agreement promotes clean renewable energy like uh, electric, like water, wind, solar, using sun for the electricity instead of coal, all the fossil fuels we will use for transportation. That is major for global warming and emission. So we have to cut down those by using or promoting clean energy as the future is all about clean energy. Monitoring and reporting. Countries must track and report their progress on reducing emissions in a transparent way. Many countries, as I said, they are coming up with action plans which are being implemented. So the countries must keep a track of all the action plans, like whenever they are implementing a protest or spreading awareness like those. So while while keeping the uh, reports, we can understand clearly on where to improve. As you know, reporting is a very helpful. And global corporation. Climate change is a global issue. Every country, uh, every citizen must know about the global issue. All countries must work together. If all countries work together, we don't know, we may overcome, we may not overcome completely, but it is we can decrease the global warming in a uh, major scale. So if they share technologies, many countries have a best technology, but they don't share as due to their they want superiority over everyone. So if every nation come together and share their technology, use their technology for betterment of the future, we can 100% overcome this global warming. And we have to help each other. Helping each other is a must and every nation should do it. So by spreading awareness and by protest and by showing a real example by what would happen if climate change happens, we can uh, overcome. So thank you guys for the watching. This was my report and explanation on Paris Agreement. As you know, it is a very important for our future and for our ourselves, and that is why I wanted to do on this. And I hope you guys like it. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.